Hello everyone, today Flick and I are testing distortion guns. We are using two DR model XJ3 size 3 distortion repeaters with 243 burst DPS and 30 meter area of effect damage radius. Targets are Arrow, Gladius, Freelancer and Andromeda, and we want to see how quickly shields are down to 0 and how long it takes to get those ships into deep shutdown. 5 minutes shut down. We are starting with an Arrow. Flickr will shoot distortion repeaters, two size 3 distortion repeaters, and I will check how long it takes until shields are down. And if I see any component damage, fire when ready, Flickr. Okay, shields are going down very quickly, shields are down. I see distortions on MFD, and we are shut down. We are shut down, Flickr. We are shut down. But I can still fly. I can still fly, and now guns are back. And now we want to see how long it takes to get an Arrow into deep shutdown. Flickr, just fire when ready, please, and continue firing until Arrow is in deep shutdown. Shields are down. Flickr continues firing. I can still... Okay, this was it. We are now in deep shutdown. I'm drifting. I cannot restart. We are now in 5 minutes deep shutdown.
All systems offline. Weapon system power low. Engines power low.
And now we are deep shutdown. I try to restart. I cannot restart. I would guess we are now in the 5 minutes shutdown. I'm pressing my restart button like every second. Still nothing, but ship should come online soon-ish. Okay, now we are back. Offline for 5 minutes. Now we have a Gladius. First test is how quickly are shields down. Fire when ready, Flickr. Yeah, shields are going down very quickly. 32, 24. Okay, shields are down. I have distortions on MFDs. And guns don't work. No guns. And now guns are back and shields are recharging. And now we are testing how long it takes to get Gladius into deep shutdown. Fire when ready, Flickr. Shields 24. Shields are down. I can still fly. MFD is off. I can still fly. I can still fly. Flickr has to wait for capacitors. Okay, I can still fly. And now, deep shutdown. Systems offline. Deep shutdown. And now it takes 5 minutes until you can restart your ship. Yeah, you can see the 3D animation that Gladius pilots always do, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, 5 minutes. And we have a Freelancer. Fire when ready, Flickr. Both shield faces are taking damage. That's interesting. Shields 42, 40. Shields 32 front and rear. Flickr has to wait for capacitors in between. shields 20, 19. Shields 13, front and rear. Four, two, one. Shields are down. You can just continue firing. Shields are down. But just continue firing until we are in deep shutdown. I can still move. MFDs are off. I can still move. I don't have guns. Now MFDs are back shortly. MFDs are gone again. Yeah, looks like you have to hit a certain spot to shut down bigger ships. Distortion guns have an area of effect damage radius, but it doesn't cover a whole ship. Now we are in total shutdown. Yeah, now we are in total shutdown, 5 minutes. Okay, so Flickr was aiming at the front, and this was enough to get a Freelancer into total shutdown. But on bigger ships, you have to know where components are. I mean, Freelancer isn't so big, but there are much bigger ships that have components in certain spots, and distortion guns have an area of effect damage radius, but it doesn't cover like a full 890. Now we have an Automata. Flickr will start with aiming at the front, see how long it takes until one shield face is down, or maybe Flickr can hit front and side shield faces, not sure. And then Flickr will continue firing to see if Flickr can shut down Andromeda just aiming at her front, or do we have to aim somewhere else? Fire when ready, Flickr. Okay, you are hitting front and side shield faces at 24, front side 24. And shields down front side, stern max. Let's see if Flickr can get her into deep shutdown. So far I still have my MFDs. Okay, I suggest I shut down shields. Shields are now shut down, and Flickr is aiming now in the center, because looks like you cannot shut down Andromeda with size 3 distortion repeaters if you just aim at the front. Okay, shields are down. Flickr is now aiming at the center. Fire when ready, Flickr. No distortions on MFDs. Yeah, not all ships have their components yet. Andromeda doesn't have her components. I mean, components are still there. They are kinda in default positions. But I don't know where Andromeda components are supposed to be. So we are just testing. Okay, now. Okay, deep shutdown, Flickr. Deep shutdown now. MFDs, this was interesting. MFDs didn't flicker. It just went from normal to deep shutdown. It says shields are on, but I cannot really restart. No, I'm pressing my restart button. It said shields are on, but I still cannot move. No, you are lying to me. No MFDs, cannot move. Now she is in 5 minutes shut down. Yeah, looks like you have to hit Andromeda more in the center for deep shutdown. Aiming at her front with size 3 distortion repeaters doesn't do anything. So components are kinda in the center, not in the front. I mean, default locations of her components. She doesn't have her rework yet. And here we have our result. Error, time to get shields to 0, 2.9 seconds, and time to get her into deep shutdown, 10.5 seconds. Gladius, 7.9 seconds. I think Flickr had to wait for capacitors. And time to 5 minutes deep shutdown, 27.3 seconds, and here Flickr had to wait for capacitors. Freelancer, time to get shields to 0, 47.7 seconds, and 86.2 seconds to get Freelancer into deep shutdown. Again, we had to wait for capacitors quite a lot. Andromeda, when aiming at the front and side shield faces are hit because those distortion guns have 30 meter area of effect damage radius, and it took 206.7 seconds with a lot of waiting for capacitors. We don't have time to deep shut down on Andromeda because you have to find the right spot. Just aiming at your front doesn't get an Andromeda into deep shutdown when you're using those guns. Yes, you have area of effect damage radius 30 meters, but you have to know where components are on bigger ships. Flickr was able to get Andromeda into deep shutdown when aiming at the center. Deep shutdown is roughly 5 minutes and 4 seconds, no matter if it's a small or big ship. I find 5 minutes deep shutdown kinda boring and annoying. There's nothing you can do. In a small ship, you're long dead before those 5 minutes are over. In a big ship, I hope that we can get this time down with engineering gameplay. Yes, I know Chris wants deep shutdown for boarding actions. So, should I use distortion guns in 3.19? I am not so sure. I heard quite a few people are doing this. They are mixing distortion guns with damaging guns. Can be very useful, depends on the situation and if you're fighting small ships or big ships, I guess. So far I don't have a good conclusion. Let me know what you think in the comments below, especially if you're using distortion guns. Let us know how well or not so well this works. Thank you very much again, Flickr, for all your help and all your suggestions. I hope you found this interesting and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.